happened at Storm Area 51? Did they find any aliens? Did they get them aliens? Did they find any UFOs? What happened? Did they enter the restricted area? Was anybody arrested? The aftermath. What happened there? Internet asks how many people got into trouble. Sebastian Ketley Express UK. Storm Area 51. It started out as a joke, and the person that had the idea begged people not to go. About 2 million people had signed up, and from what they said, about 200 people showed up, and they had all types of wonderful, I thought they were wonderful, very creative costumes. It seems that the people that raided Area 51 were the Earthlings. Storm Area 51, the most talked about online prank of the year, was pulled off yesterday after months of hype. So what happened? Well, we know that 2 people got arrested, one for indecent exposure. More than 2.1 million people pledged, signed up to storm Area 51 to see them aliens. And only a handful turned up in the Nevada desert yesterday, September 20th. The Area 51, Storm Area 51, the raid began as an online Facebook event, and it was organized by California-based internet prankster Maddie Roberts, 21 years old, in July. The event quickly gained traction among online communities and UFO enthusiasts, 2.1 million people confirming that they would attend, another 1.5 million showing interest. The original Storm Area 51, They Can't Stop All of Us, that event was canceled and moved to Las Vegas, but the move did not deter small groups of people from actually visiting outside of the U.S. Air Force Base yesterday. So what happened? Despite warnings from the U.S. military about approaching the open range training area, between 100 and 200 people did congregate outside of the gates of Area 51. About 2,000 would-be Area 51 raiders also visited the nearby towns of Rachel and Hiko. That's where they helped impromptu parties. They held parties there and an alien-themed festival. Fantastic, really, really creative costumes. People showed up wearing fancy costumes, carrying placards, inflatable aliens. One UFO enthusiast was seen holding a sign calling on the U.S. government to release the friendly alien E.T. And another woman held up a sign saying Jesus was an alien. Area 51, as we know, is a highly classified U.S. Air Force base in Nevada, in the desert there, officially known as Homey Airport or Groom Lake Base. And conspiracy theorists believe the military installation is home to extraterrestrial technology, as there was a story of July 4th, 1974 UFO crash and aliens that were gathered there. Now, many UFO enthusiasts also feel that the remains of alien visitors are being held there in that facility. Now, whatever the case may be, Area 51 has found itself in the heart of this year's biggest online prank. So only a handful showed up, but it still got very weird. Zoe Matthew of LA Mag reports the raid of the secretive government site, which for decades has been rumored to contain evidence of extraterrestrial life, placed the small town of Rachel, Nevada on the map. It was inspired by the joke event on Facebook. Turned out to be a viral meme, garnered over 2 million attendees, and they claimed they wanted to see them aliens, and they can't stop all of us. So the community, which has a population of 54 and only 4 businesses, could handle it. Could it handle it, Rachel? While the so-called alien stalk event did not turn into the humanitarian disaster or Firefest 2.0 that some folks, including the event organizer founder Maddie Roberts, feared, a handful of people did make the pilgrimage to Rachel And indeed, to say things got a little weird, according to Las Vegas Review Journal, about 100 alien enthusiasts gathered outside the back gate of the government facility Friday morning, 3 a.m., along with a handful of law officers. While some crowd members acted like they were going to storm the gate, the others sporadically chanted, "Clap them cheeks," in reference to the eternal joke where people claim they wanted to have alright relations with the released aliens. Mostly they just stood there, underwhelmed. Some who have traveled long distances for the occasion. One said, "I'm a little disappointed because it's a lot less people than they said online." One person says, "I don't think I'll be back to this area." This was kind of the thing. Before gathering and dispersing, 2 people were arrested. One for reportedly trying to enter the gate, and another for relieving himself on the fence. But that's the guy with the indecent exposure arrest. But this was apparently only the beginning of the festivities, and they were planned to continue in town surrounding the base into the weekend. I don't know. Maybe they have such a good time that they'll make it a yearly thing. Who knows? Meanwhile, 30 miles from Rachel, in the town of Hico, Nevada, a more formally organized event called Area 51 Base Camp. Area 51 Base Camp, that sounds nice. Is set to take place, offering talks from self-proclaimed UFO experts, artists, musicians, filmmakers, and it calls the mainstream momentum of Area 51 raid a once-in-a-generation opportunity for the global public to learn more about the truth behind the UFO secrecy. All right. Look, I guess this is very coincidental that the U.S. Navy also recently claimed and confirmed that the UFOs, or unidentified aerial phenomena, they didn't want to call it UFOs, that the U.S. Navy pilots have seen on their training missions off the West Coast back in 2004 and later, were actually UFOs, that the government does not know what they are. And it's a national security issue that these things are out there. They're hypersonic. They're playing around, taunting the U.S. Navy pilots. Some of the pilots, when they landed, they said, "I almost crashed with those things up there." It's not a joke. Okay, the people storming, Area 51 could have been a joke, but the things up there that the pilots have to have witnessed and have to put up with and have filmed on their radar, it's not a joke, it's a reality. Anyway, I'll leave links below for you for this. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.